from the Sunshine State, this is Tampa Bay's TAN Talk.
Welcome to the Truly Blessed Psychic Hour. I'm Reverend Marty. We have Psychic Tricia and our person that makes sure we stay in line, Carla, with us this evening. We will be opening our lines for telephone calls so we can answer your questions. Let me give you some telephone numbers first. It's 727-441-3000, 727-441-3000. Toll-free number is 1-866-826-1340, 1-866-826-1340. And on the Internet, you can catch us live, if you dare, at www.tantalk1340.com. You can watch us live, and I'm sure you can get everything even clearer on the Internet. So welcome, ladies. We're back again. I hope we have some good call-ins tonight. I'm ready. I can't wait.
That's because it's cold out there.
Yes.
It's not that cold.
I want to invite some skeptics to call in. I truly do.
You know, I think there's people sitting by the phone. They've listened probably for the last 4 shows. They're just getting ready to call, but they're just
I don't know.
a little bit afraid.
They need that push. The push of the dare. The dare.
Yeah,
I dare you to call in.
Make our psychics work. Like that? You like how I say that?
I do. Trisha,
Not the only one that would like to see me work.
Trisha, last week we were talking about Mercury in retrograde, and I'm finally starting to get my computer, like it almost works. And I went to plug my printer back in and get it lined up on my computer that almost works, and now the printer doesn't work.
Of course it doesn't.
I never had faith in Mercury in retrograde.
Right.
I'm starting to become a believer.
Well, here's something for you to believe in. When I was born, Mercury was in retrograde.
I'm leaving that alone.
There you go. But as of Sunday, Mercury will start to go forward again. So, like Monday afternoon, things will start looking up.
I don't know what goes forward as long as my computer, my printer,
everything will start
and
to pick
everything
up
else
again.
starts working.
Right.
I think she's saying wait till Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Well, you know, even people who file their taxes and stuff, there's been like the thing with H&R Block where you have to mark the inbox instead of check the box.
Oh, no.
So anybody that had claimed any student or tuition fees has to wait 6 to 8 weeks more because of a glitch there or whatever. Then they were saying they didn't have enough money to pay out, so so it's been really messed up there too.
Not enough money to pay out?
Mm-hmm. So right now, yes, they're regathering.
I caught that.
Yeah, they're gathering their forces again, so to speak. But things should start to be picking up.
Well, I bet somebody out there wants to know if they're going to get their tax return.
I bet they would. I know there's people, they're all sitting there. I don't know if I want to call in and ask a question on the air. Nobody knows you. We'll never use your real name. In fact, call in and use a fake name. We don't care.
Exactly.
We're game for anything. I tell you what, there's nothing, and I would say that Trish would agree with me, there is nothing after doing readings for 20, 30 years that I don't think anything can surprise us anymore. Is there?
No.
And I mean, it's everybody has always made, not fun, but they have that skeptical feeling about psychics, and you always have to prove yourself. It's always interesting. They come up with, how come you haven't won the lottery? How come is that?
Well,
because I haven't picked the right numbers at the right time.
Exactly.
Trust me, I try. It's just not happening.
And why don't you give them to me? Because if I can get them, I'm giving them to me.
I tell people, you would never see or hear from me again.
Absolutely.
It'd be long distance.
every psychic in America around the world would be rich.
Yeah, but it's really hard to read for yourself or get perception for yourself.
Right.
You get your. I think you get your own intuitions that, like everybody does. Everybody has it, and it's. But as far as getting anything special, just because we're what would you say, psychics?
Or in tune.
It's just.
And then I always get the, well, you're psychic. You should know better.
Right.
Well, I'm not that psychic, but I can tell Rick's on the line from Seminole.
All right.
Good evening, Rick. Thanks for calling in.
Good evening, Carla. Good evening, Marty, and good evening, Trish. Trish, this question is for you. I know Marty started off the evening with Mercury being in retrograde.
Correct.
Could you expand on that and tell the viewers exactly what that means and how it affects different sun signs?
Okay, well, generally when a sign is in retrograde, it they say it's going backwards, but really it's just standing still or not moving. And since the rotation of the Earth goes around faster, it seems as if it's going backwards, but it's not. And depending on the nature and the characteristics of a planet, when it's going retrograde and the sign that it's located in at the time it's going retrograde, the people who are that sign will be more affected, okay? And you can pretty much bet on, like, okay, Mercury's going retrograde. Mercury's a planet of communication. So anything to do with communication. The internet is a big one because of the communication. But even before the internet was ever born, it would be letters in the mail. Things would not get delivered. People wouldn't be able to show up. Everybody's plans went haywire. You couldn't plan a vacation. It expands to buying big-ticket items. You usually end up with a lemon. So they say don't sign anything or buy anything while it's doing its retrograde. It's a time to finish up what you've already started, to go over any of your plans, to kind of tweak them, and the time comes when it starts to go forward again, and then you can start new things if you finished up what you've already had going. With Saturn being retrograde till July 19th, it's in the sign of Scorpio right now.
You're serious?
I'm serious. And Saturn is a very large and dense planet, and it's weighs heavy on you. It's also called the taskmaster. And with it being in Scorpio, it's very, very deep. The sign of Scorpio represents institutions, big business, other people's money, inheritance. We say passing on, but it does represent death. And death doesn't just mean of a physical person passing. Death can be of a situation, your house plant, that kind of thing. Now,
would that affect every single sun sign, or certain sun signs are more affected by others?
Well, it's going to affect everybody to a degree, but it's certainly going to affect the Scorpions more than anyone. Mm-hmm. And then you would go with your other water signs being Pisces and Cancer.
Okay.
And I would think it would go Scorpio, Pisces, and then Cancer. Mm-hmm. It also means that people and places and anything from the past that you have unfinished business with will come around again. Whether it could be a good thing, so when you haven't heard from in a long time and you're very excited. It could mean that something you have thought was done and over comes to pass and it finishes up, kind of thing. Or it can mean that you should have got this done before and here it comes around again. You know, if you don't learn it the first or 10th time, it will represent itself again when it's Saturn in Scorpio.
Okay, so signing contracts at this particular period of time is not a real great idea?
Not until after Sunday or Monday. That's back with Mercury going retrograde. Mm-hmm. And after Monday, you know, when there's a full moon, it's 3 days coming, 3 days here, 3 days going.
Okay.
Whenever you have something going retrograde, it's like a day and a half after it starts to move again, it's already gone. You can feel a little bit before, day and a half before it starts, and right after it starts. So by Tuesday, if you're going to sign any contracts or anything, I would do it Tuesday morning. Mm-hmm. And things should start to flow much easier there, and you'll get a better deal. It's kind of like the old saying, if you buy something while it's going Mercury's retrograde, you buy a car, and then 3 days later you see a better deal for less, and you're like, buyer's remorse. You get a lot of buyer's remorse when Mercury's going retrograde.
So keep your hands in your pockets then.
Right.
Yeah, okay. That's one way of putting it.
Give it an extra week just to be sure.
Yeah.
And don't mess with the computer.
Yeah, don't mess with your computer.
All I do is turn it on and turn it off. That's about it.
There you go.
My computer wizardry. All right, well, thank you very much. I know you explained that to me previously, but I know that certain people that are listening in would like to, expand on that, and you have done so again. So I really appreciate that, and you guys are doing a beautiful job.
Thank you.
Good talking with all of you, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much, Rick.
Thanks, Rick.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, let's... all of our skeptical people out there and people who want to call in and are just waiting for the number. Here it is. Locally, 727-441-3000. And for all your friends up north and out of the country and every place else, 1-866 826-1340. So please call in. We are waiting. I would bet that our spring breakers should have called in last week. They would have known it's too cold.
They could
Go swimming.
they could lift their swimming suits home. You know, we live out on, and this has absolutely nothing to do with psychics, except I wanted to tell. Two of them came in by the waterway where we see them, and they had these skimpy little swimming suits on, and they're on jet skis. It's like, I wonder how long they could really make it on that, and how much they're figuring they're paying so much an hour for it. Oh, I think they wish they would have not done that.
Oh boy!
I gotta say, I do take telephone calls on a line, and I received 2 telephone calls today from Taiwan, and I thought to myself it was strange because it's interesting that people call all the way across the seas like that, and I'm thinking, I wonder if I'll get a connection. I did. In fact, the one thing that was unique is they were connected, and it was better than if somebody was calling from down the street. But it's very, very unique how there was no language barrier. It was unique in the respect that everybody questions what's going on, and they reach out to psychics, and they want to know things. It's a very interesting thing. There's a lot of different topics that come up to mind, which I can't think of them offhand, that people ask questions about, and it's like
Career.
Yeah,
love.
There's
money,
so many.
Health.
There's so
family.
many people with love and career. It is
Right.
It is just amazing, and it's it's not that you can say, okay, well, I see this individual coming to you, and it's going to be the best thing in your life. There's a lot of times you have to explain. It's not going to be so good, not so good. So it's it's one of those things where it's not always fun being a psychic in the respect of if you're telling the truth, it's not always perfect things, and it's your life has a plan, and that's the only way I can explain it. And you end up having to tell them that it might be 6 months, it might be a year and a half down the road before you meet somebody, as they call their soulmate. But it's
And everybody's got free will too, so
absolutely.
they can change that.
I remember when way back in the Rock Ages, when I was learning about all this, they used to call it your spirit guides. Your spirit guides. They are not there to. No, what was it called? It wasn't spirit
You have
guides.
teachers. You have spirit guides.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
You have
call it
guardian
something.
Guides,
angels.
just your guides. I've always
Right, and
Guardian angel.
they changed it because they didn't want. It wasn't somebody that told you what to do. They give you examples on how you can handle things. And I remember, like I say,
A
way
mentor?
back. Yeah, it was something in the respect that it was like, okay, you listen to them, and they're going to tell you everything that you can do in life, and they're going to tell you the perfect things, and it isn't like that because
Oh, what do they call them?
I can't think of it.
Your sensei you listen to if you're into martial arts and all that, or a Ninja Turtle.
Right.
Sensei,
kind of like
right?
I just think it's like a teacher or somebody.
Right. It's
It was
just
usually my dad. He
a
told
lot-
me exactly what I was going to do and not do.
a lot of people think that they wait for Spirit's supposed to do everything for them. No, it doesn't work that way. It has to be. You have to understand they're there to help you, assist you, give you recommendations. Try it this way. You have to use your own common sense and your intelligence to use your God-given brain He gave you
Right.
in order to get through life and learn the things properly and how to treat people properly.
And
it-
once again, you have to invite them into your life,
Right.
just like would if you have angels or guides or whatever you consider to be around you. You have to ask them to help you and to communicate with you.
Right.
Because of free will. If not, then they're just kind of saying, I can't believe they're going to do this again.
Right.
You know?
They won't listen to me, so.
Or they haven't asked for my help, so I can't,
Right.
kind of say anything.
it's
Oh, I'm sure my guides have been on here that go there going, please ask.
I tell you, it's interesting. I used to work in the construction industry for quite some years, and I used to mess with my grandfather that was around me all the time, and he'd tell me to, okay, I'm going up a ladder. Okay, take an extra screw or whatever you're supposed to. I was using, and it was like, no, I'm going to make sure I don't drop it. Guess what?
Then you drop it.
Okay,
you have
now
to
I go back down the ladder and get what he told me to get in the first place.
Yep.
But it's very interesting, and it's opening your psychic abilities in business is a big thing because it helps you. We used to use, and I've heard this a lot, we always had dogs around our business, and the dog would smell the people. Some people, they would never even bother waking up and getting up.
Right.
Other people, they wanted to rip their pants legs off.
Right.
And it never failed. Those were the people that in the long run didn't pay their invoices, or it was just a nightmare. It's amazing how some of these things work. It is really unique.
But don't you find it rewarding, though, when people come to you, they want to have a message on career or finance, and a loved one comes through?
Oh, it's the greatest thing in
And
the world.
then they forgot the rest of it because
Right.
it really means something to them.
I don't know about you, Trish. I've had it, like I said, I think I've been, because I'm so much older than you, I've been doing it so long.
Well,
and
thank you.
how many times has it been that you said, I'm not doing this anymore? You get so frustrated with it.
And then for about 2.5 years, I just said, you know what? I'm not doing it.
Right.
Ask somebody else. I'm tired of you laughing at me. And then when it's something important, you didn't call up.
Right.
Okay? The rest of the time, I'm just crazy.
Yeah. It's it's strange. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm being selfish, but then I'll say, something, things don't go right all the time, and I feel like I'm doing this for the good of spirit, for God's work, and I get frustrated, and I want to, how come I don't get a little bit of something
And
out of this?
sometimes I had gotten to where if it was something good I had told them and it happened, yay. If it was something bad, then it was my fault because I said this was going to happen, or I felt this was going to happen, or this was what I'm being shown, and then all of a sudden, well, if you wouldn't have said it out loud, it wouldn't have happened.
Right.
Well,
No,
that's
it's
part of getting the message is being
definitely.
accountable for.
like
Why
Carla
don't
was
you
saying, the reward in doing a reading
Yes.
and seeing where you get connection. One of my biggest things I get so close to my heart is, everybody wonders because it's only natural mortally to wonder what's on the other side, what happens when it comes to that time when we pass away. And it's when somebody's loved one passes away and they turn around and you can see they feel everything okay. I know they're in heaven and so forth, but when you look into their eyes, they're hurting so bad. Yeah. And when you can bring something that nobody else would know.
Right.
And then you see how relaxed and how finally they're at peace that they know their loved ones are.
That is great.
That just brings you right back, and I got to apologize to all the people that work around me in spirit and say, God, I'm sorry. Go ahead, nip me up alongside the head there because I was being foolish again. Because there's just no better feeling than being able to help people like that. Sure. It is a great thing, especially health. Health is another thing. When you can tell somebody and explain, okay, you need to have a doctor take a look because we feel something, and they go and it takes care of it before it turns into something. Right. I got to say, going with that, that's one of the things that I fought with religion at first because I was raised as a Lutheran Christian, and of course we were always told, you don't listen to prophets and all this. Well, that's what I fought a lot of times, and that's one of the things I finally came to believe that, okay, if I always do my readings with Christ involved, and I let people know that's the reason I'm doing it, I cannot understand if the so-called devil would want me to do that if he's being a false prophet and telling me these things. Okay, now that the Spirit has showed you this,
How's it
thank
bad?
God, So that's why I say there's so much truth to it connected with religion. It's
it's all throughout the Bible.
Right.
Absolutely.
I think I might have said it before. What did God just say? We're only having prophets until the end of the Bible, and we're not going to have miracles once the Bible's over. It's biblical times. That doesn't mean everything stops. And boy, I just said them all.
And you know what? I'm still waiting for some skeptical people to call here. So here we are. 727-441-3000. Oh, my pillow.
Oh, no.
I'm getting too excited. The energy's getting hot in here.
Well, now, I told Marty that this was we're going to have more calls than ever tonight. I predicted this 2 weeks ago, so y'all are making me look bad, number one. Okay. On the other hand, I keep getting 3 different things here. I keep getting sweating hot and then chill, waiting hot and then chill. A lot of times I've seen or watched other psychics and, listened to them and so forth, and people will ask them, do you ever get anything before you're going to do an event or a show? Well, I always hear music. That's how I guess I tune in or whatever. We all know I can't sing, but yet I hear the music. I was listening to Merle Haggard's song, and I posted or whatever called In My Next Life. And he's saying, I want to be your hero. And it's talking about he was a working man forever, whatever, in his next life. And then I wrote about it. I said, what if this is it? What if there isn't the next life? Okay, what if this is it? And I've seen so many people that have worked and worked and worked and worked and worked their whole lives. They retire, and a few years after they retire, they fall out.
Right.
And they really can't, get a whole lot going there.
Well, I'm going to put Poppy from Maryland on before he falls out. So.
Ha ha.
Good evening, Poppy.
It's Poppy.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good.
What question?
I'm calling because I have a question. My father died years ago, and I was wondering if you see him around me at all. He died when I was a year old.
Oh, my goodness.
I see him wearing work clothes, like the Dickies pants or the dark pants and a shirt with his name on it on the side.
Well, he used to build yachts. He built yachts.
Did he work somewhere where he would have worn a uniform where he would have had like his name on the top of his shirt?
I'm sure, yeah, because he worked in a yacht yard. He built yachts.
He didn't talk a whole lot when he was here on the planet. He was more reserved. When he felt he showed me when he was comfortable and around people that he really loved family. He showed me he had a big love for family, but he wasn't a very talkative man. And yes, he did care about you. I'm feeling really like from. What did he have problems with his lungs when he passed?
No, he passed from meningitis in '64.
Well, I'm feeling like I can't breathe.
Go
ahead.
They said he went in a coma.
Okay, because I'm just feeling like I have a lot of pressure from the top of my stomach, so to speak, up through my lungs, like I can't breathe. Is there 3 children, you and 2 other children?
Yes.
Okay. He's showing me that he loved all of his children. I believe that he had it set up. He's kind of showing me like a policy or insurance policy or somewhere where y'all were taken care of. But it was very hard on your mother. Did you have a grandmother that came to stay with you?
Yeah.
Okay, was it his mother?
No, it was my mother's mother and her father. They both raised us.
Okay, because he's showing me the grandmother being very good to y'all. And he visits with them quite a bit. But yes, he comes around you quite a bit. Do you have something of his that you keep on you or with you?
Yeah, I have his watch.
Okay, because he's showing me that it's something very dear to you. Don't worry, he will be there to meet and greet you when the day comes. He comes around you a lot, though. He certainly does. Did you name a grandchild after? Did you name one of his grandchildren? Who's his namesake?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
My grandson, yeah.
Okay, because he's saying, well, he's saying thank you for that. That he appreciates that, and he appreciates on the holidays and stuff how you always make sure to include him in your prayers and know that he's around. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hey, we have Patty from St. Pete. Good evening, Patty.
Good evening. My mother passed away last year, and I know that she's in a good place, but I was curious to know if she had any message for me.
She's laughing her tail off, Patty. There's something that come up. I'm sorry, I'm going to take this one.
What are you sorry for?
I don't know. Don't ask me. I've been married too long, I guess. No. They're showing me she's laughing. She's laughing. She says she's going to, it almost seems like you're going through something comical. She's finding comical with you. And it's not just you. I want to say there's 2 other gentlemen with her that are, and it's not a nasty laugh. It's almost like you're learning something right now that you're regretting something, and they're getting a kick out of it in respect. She says, honey, she doesn't call you honey, she called you something else. She's saying to kick back and enjoy because the things are going to work better for you all of a sudden. They're showing me something, good, with the truck. Anticipate next Tuesday to get up earlier because you're going to have a delay with the truck, the car, the truck. Make sure you allow for the time to get there. There's also a there's something not this coming Monday, the following Monday. They're showing there's something very large, a project very large that's coming up for you, and it's out of the clear blue, and it's almost like you can take it and rub it in somebody's face. Okay,
Good.
Be nice, be nice. It's just she's pushing somebody towards you, and when I say somebody, I want to say a client that's coming out of the blue, and it's not this Monday, the following Monday. Okay, and you're supposed to put better shoes on. You know what she's talking of?
Yes.
Okay. There's also. Okay, she shows me a dresser drawer, left-hand side. It looks like, the tornado with the Wizard of Oz? It would look like it came through. Okay, she's saying if you straighten it out, there's something that you had lost that you're going to find. And it seems like the top drawer, left-hand side, that's in there. Okay?
I will. Thank you so much.
God bless and thank you for calling in.
Didn't I tell you to stay out of people's
Well-
drawers?
I know.
We have one of those callers who just happened to be tuning in, and it's
Yay.
Debbie.
Well, this is Elizabeth. Yes, it's Debbie. Hello.
Hi, Debbie. How you doing?
Debbie,
I'm doing great. I'm here visiting on Treasure Island.
Well, fantastic. Were you one of those out on a jet ski this week?
No, but I wanted to be.
Okay, wait till it warms up. And I don't have to be a psychic to know that. It's cold out there. So what's your question, Debbie?
My question is, I'm in a determination of whether I want to move from upstate New York to Florida, and I'm not certain whether I should or not. That's easy.
I like the response. Yes, that is very easy. When you get back to New York and you jump out in the snow, I don't think it shouldn't be too hard. I'm just teasing you. Debbie, I want to say it's a good move, but I want to say if it's almost as though you haven't put a lot of thought into that. And I want to say with the respect of you need to put a little thought pattern through it. There's a gentleman, and it doesn't seem like relation, that seems to have a good advice for you. Does your dad say something about you moving?
No, my father died many years ago.
Okay. I'm not. We're not laughing, Debbie. It's just okay. I guess I should have put it. I was taking in any respect. I want to say your dad is saying to think about this. Think about it a little bit first. All right. And when he's saying think about it, it's not financial. It's in the situation of there seems to be a lot of other things tying to you moving, and once again, he doesn't go financially. He's showing it's almost like there's a lot of other people involved with that you might have to consider. All right? Does that make sense to you?
Some of it makes sense. I've got a father that kind of adopted me, and he's leaving New York and moving to Maryland, and he's trying to pressure me to move to Maryland too. Even though he's my adopted father, he kind of just took me over and took me in and has been giving me advice.
Okay. Just make sure the way I want to say your dad shows me is to draw it out on paper and give your pros and cons, and it doesn't take a psychic to tell you that. It's just the way your dad's showing you.
Okay.
Did your dad have something to do with fire hydrants?
Fire hydrants. No, he was a mason, and he was in a sheriff before that, and then they ended up moving all his family to Florida here. So we grew up kind of down all around Florida and away from Ohio. And I moved up about 18 and went to college in New York. And I haven't come back since. How about my relationship? You got any advice on that?
You want to take that, Trish?
Oh, thanks. Throw it to me.
Not a problem.
Are those your grandchildren or your children saying, Well, whoever it is behind you that wants you to come down here is very enthusiastic.
Yes, she is. She's like I am. That's my sister.
Okay,
She's down here already.
Yes. Are you in a relationship right now?
Yes, I'm one of those heterosexuals. I'm gay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You still have relationships.
Yeah, I certainly do. I got a redhead. She's pretty spicy.
Yeah, there you go, Spitfire.
Oh my God, she is.
Well, as long as she treats you good and you get out and you do things together and enjoy life, then I would think that you're in the right place with the right person at the right time.
Well, that's very nice advice. You get good vibes on that one? That's okay.
Is she listening? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
She's in bed already.
Yeah. No, I do. I get good vibes on that. But just tread lightly. They're showing me that you jump in head first, feet first, and sometimes you wear your heart on your sleeve.
I do.
And that you need to, not protect yourself, but don't lose yourself in a relationship to keep yourself, where you're at. But love yourself first.
Okay, I do that. I really respect myself. I like myself.
That's great.
I'm pretty confident for what I can do.
Debbie, are you going out to eat Sunday night?
Sunday night, I don't know. We're going to be back here on Treasure Island again. My sister's a vendor. She sells Gucci and Louis Vuitton and Michael Kors, jewelry purses.
Are y'all at the fair?
Yeah, we are at the fair. My God, the bands are wonderful.
I tell you what, I want to tell you, Deb, there's going to be a thing. Somebody's going to ask you all to go out to eat on Sunday night. Don't turn it down. Don't be dragging your feet. Go, because they're showing me that you have a real good time with it on Sunday night, not Saturday night, Sunday night. Make sure you go.
Sunday. Okay.
Okay.
We'll do. Yes.
God bless you. Thank you for calling.
God bless you.
Thank you.
All right.
Lord be with you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. All right, we've got people lined up. We have Maria from Clearwater. Maria, thank you for waiting.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I was calling to see, both of my parents have passed. My father's passed about 12 years ago. My mother passed about 6 years ago, and I was a caregiver for many years for both of them. And I was just calling, a message comes through from either or both.
Maria, correct?
Yes.
Okay, Maria, why do they point out your middle name right off the bat?
I'm sorry for laughing, but
For some reason, they're pointing out your middle name. Tricia got the same thing. Did they call you by your middle name or something?
No, I don't have a middle name.
That's why they're pointing out.
Are you Catholic?
No.
Okay, because I was getting them things like she had a Catholic, an extra name or anything.
Okay, I like to always get a confirmation for myself that, and of course, I always look at most people have a middle name, and that's why they were going with the middle name. To me, it's a confirmation you didn't have one, so I find it different. So they're showing that. I want to say your folks, your parents, they show themselves hand in hand. If that means. Did they get a divorce or something, or did they have hard times where they weren't on good speaking terms before they passed?
No, never. They were married for 43 long years.
Okay, for some reason, and when I take it, when they show themselves like that, a lot of times they show, like, let's say, and you already said they didn't, but like if they get divorced prior to passing, they always want to show their loved ones here that it's different there. There is not the arguing and so forth. In any which case, what they're showing then is that the love is still there. I want to say there's something with what they're showing to me is, trust me, they're around you. Don't ever feel that they're not around. They seem to have you going in a respect of, I gotta say, it's like a job, your work-wise. They seem like they're pushing you to go a different direction. Are you unhappy where you're working?
No, I'm very happy where I'm working.
Well, I'm doing a good job for you. You know it?
I'm in a new job that I absolutely love.
Okay, then I'll give you one of the good psychic answers for that. I knew that. No, what else do you say? I'm not understanding the way they're giving it to me. The way they're showing it to me, they were showing with your job. I took it that you were not happy in it. You say you are happy.
Yes.
The only thing I can say is because the way I was taking it, that like you were not happy, they're saying to make sure you push, but I saw something on the outside. And now, the way I get things, I have to say, don't be surprised if something else, and maybe it's within that job, comes up that you're not going to be in the same, would you say, circle that you're doing right now. It just seems like there's something different coming with the job. That's the way I was taking it. And you know what? Like I always tell everybody, any psychic you hear that says they're 100%, yippee-ki-yay for them, because I know I can't be. And I just proved it on national radio.
That's right.
Is it like a promotion, or is it a different job career move?
To me, it seems like if you can picture, they show me the circle, and when the way they have to represent things to me is, like I say, work-wise, business-wise, whatever. They show it in a circle, but that's why I took you weren't happy there, because they show me you moving off to the right a little bit. I do not know if they're meaning that it's within the same place, but since you're happy, I can't imagine you're jumping off somewhere else. Then I would have to say that it's going to be like a move up, a move sideways that's going to even make it better for you, because that's the whole thing they were showing, to look off to your right, that there's something better there. Okay, so don't turn it down. In other words, don't be blindsided where, oh, I'm so happy I don't want anything else. Watch and see what they bring to you for you, okay?
Okay.
So,
Good.
Did you feel any better whatsoever?
I don't know. I don't know.
Can
if
I
you were
jump
hitting on
in?
it tonight.
Can I jump in real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay. You said that you were their caretaker before they had passed. Did one of your parents have dementia that went into Alzheimer's?
Dementia. My dad had dementia.
Okay. I'm thinking that was where the disconnect was. It's a feeling I got. What Marty was picking up as them being divorced. It was almost like that they were separated there when his dementia would get real bad. He had his lucid moments, and then he didn't. I want to say to you, for being a caretaker, God blesses those who take care of their own. Trust me, you have a lot of rewards from that coming. They do come around you. I'm getting a certain smell. I almost want to say that your father wore Old Spice or Aqua Velva, something high karate. I mean, something.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he wore Old Spice, yes.
Okay, because I smell it, and when I start smelling, I can taste it. It's like, mwah. Okay, just pay attention, and when your father's around, he's going to let you know by the smell of Old Spice.
Wow. One more question. I'm just curious because the last 3 years of my mom's life, she had a pretty devastating stroke and was not able to speak, so I was her voice. And a lot of times when I talked to her, I wasn't quite sure if she really understood.
She heard every word you said.
Or if it comprehended, or, how much of that
she used
really...
to. Did your mother laugh or giggle?
Yes.
Okay, well, she's giggling now. And she's saying, I knew what you were saying. And I heard a lot more than you think I heard, too. But she does come around you. She likes to come around you, and she likes to touch your hair right above your ear on your right-hand side.
Okay.
Okay, so if you kind of feel someone brushing your cheek or right above your ear there, that would be your mother's way of showing you she's around. And she says she loves you and thank you, and she just wants you to know she's giggling over there, too.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling. Okay, we're busy tonight.
Yay,
So,
thank
That's
you.
a good thing.
Thank you, thank
Hey,
you.
we have Alicia in Arizona. Thank you so much for waiting, Alicia.
Sarah, you're welcome. How are you guys tonight?
We are
Good.
doing good.
Good.
I got to hold reserve on that. I'm striking out.
You did good.
I have a question. What do you guys see as far as my job goes?
Oh, no.
Is there someone there that whistles?
No.
Well, you're going to be working somewhere where somebody whistles Dixie. Literally. They'll be
Really?
whistling Dixie. And whenever they do, you'll have to laugh.
Okay.
I'm not picking up that you're real thrilled with your job. It's more like it'll do until something better comes along.
Okay.
Even though you've been in the career field, maybe not a super long time at the place that you're at, but you've been doing the same thing for a long time.
Very long time.
There's more out there for you to give to the world and to receive from the world. And you have natural talent that comes through your family. That's hereditary. I'm not sure if it's as an artist of drawing or sketching or talking or whatever. But for one reason or another, you chose to cap it off. I believe that you did it when you were much younger, child. And either because of put your childish things away, and you had to grow up very quickly as a child and take responsibility. You kind of shut that off. They're showing me that if you went back to where your bliss or happiness is inside yourself, that would free very, very quickly for you, and that you'd be able to make some extra money, and you would start a new direction in your life.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
All right, thank you very much.
Okay.
God bless you. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
You too, God bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have Peter from Arizona. Peter, thank you for waiting.
Yes, I wanted to know if my mom and dad were trying to contact me. I've been dreaming about them a lot lately, and if they are, if there's some message they can give me that only I know.
Okay, Peter, let me tell you, one of the things that you need to do is when you get these, the dreams of your parents or whatever, make sure you acknowledge them in the morning. And when I say acknowledge, in other words, if you don't understand what they're showing you in the dream, okay, let them know that you don't understand and you need to have more of a solid answer for yourself, okay? If you do understand, in the same respect, if you understand what they're trying to show you, and I'm going to give you an example. In other words, like they show you something, how to do or suggest how to do something the next day, and you get up and you understand what they mean, you know that's the better way to go, make sure you acknowledge them the same way. Let them know that you understand. It's as we have to learn how to communicate with them, they also have to know they know how to communicate with us. It's just they have to find out which way works best with us, with our life while we're so busy, in other words. Okay? So you always have to acknowledge. I want to say, they show me something in the respect of on a wall. You have termites in the house?
No.
That's a good thing. They're showing me wood, and it shows me like it's, you know how pecky cypress looks?
Yes.
Okay, that's what they're showing me, and that's why I went to termites. It seems as though, like I say, like they show me like pecky cypress. Do you have any boards or something in the house? No, you don't.
Picture frame?
It looks like it's wood, but it looks like it's termite eaten. You're in Arizona. They have termites out there?
Yes, they do.
Keep a sharp eye out. I'm trying to be funny with that because I don't want to see somebody have termites. It's just they show me wood that looks like it has termites to it, okay?
Okay.
So just pay attention to it. Chris, you have something on there?
How can you tell?
I can tell.
Peter, is there a picture that you look at a lot of you? And if you do have siblings, they're not in it. They're showing me a picture of your parents and you.
Yes, I have pictures of that.
Okay, and you tend to, there's one favorite picture there that when you pick it up or you look at it or whatever, it takes you to a place that brings you much peace, much calmness.
Yes.
Okay, that's how they're letting you know. They're saying whenever because I feel like you worry a lot.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. I know you heard that.
I know.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know what I just heard, but it was something else. Anyhow, they're showing me that there's a particular picture, and I see it like it's sitting between other pictures, and you tend to be drawn directly to that photo. And when you hold that photo, it brings you to a place where you're very comfortable and life was good. Just remember that life is good, and you're doing a lot of things that you haven't done before, and you worry a lot. I feel worried talking to you, sort of. Just breathe in, breathe out, and when you start paying more attention to your dreams, they'll make more sense to you. Does that work for you?
That works for me.
Okay, well, you have a wonderful night, and thanks for calling in.
Thank you for calling.
Too.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
All right, we're still busy. Don't rest.
And
Don't rest.
we had that last caller also dropped.
Okay.
Oh.
Why don't we take the commercial?
Works for me.
Okay. So I guess we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay.
All right, and we'll be right back.
Hello, this is King Trump from King Trump Entertainment. For all your musical needs, I do solo, duo, trio, and more. I play trumpet, flugelhorn, acoustic and electric guitar, and I sing, all with professional backing tracks. All styles of music, literally. So check out my site, at kingtrump.com. That's KINGTRUMP.com.
Hey, I'm Dr. Pillay.
And I'm Carrie Pillay.
And we'd like to invite you to listen to our show,
Soulmates to Soulmates,
on Tan Talk 1340, Sunday night at 7 p.m.
We've worked with over 10,000 families in the past 15 years, and we really have some great stuff that work for people to make their relationships healthy.
One of the things that we like to remind our people is that love is a process and not a destination.
So we invite you to join us
on Sunday night at 7 p.m. for
Soulmates to Soulmates.
Tune in to Gene Hodge, the Employment Opportunity Hour, Thursday night from 7 until 8. This is the only show dedicated to providing solutions to help you find the right job. Gene tells you how to match your unique hodgepodge skills, abilities, experiences, and passions to jobs where people are looking for you. Gene invites you to call into the show. You get 45 seconds. Tell us who you are, your background, what you're looking for, and your contact information. Join Gene on the Employment Opportunity Hour, Thursday night from 7 until 8 on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
From the Sunshine State, this is Tampa Bay's Tan Talk.
Welcome back to the Truly Blessed Psychic Hour. We have a little bit of time left. We have about 10 minutes left to take your calls. The telephone number is 727-441-3000, 727-441-3000. The toll-free number, 1-866-826-1340. 1-866-826-1340. We welcome any type of calls, and I've been proving I can mess up big time tonight.
And somebody actually got that number, and they're on right now. Good evening, Francis in Arizona.
Hello, this call is for Marty.
Yes, I'm going to... Oh, boy, you're picking the wrong one tonight. Francis,
okay.
I got to tell you,
you're on target tonight.
There's certain times, you know, you just... And I'll be truthful. You know what happens a lot of times is, you know, when you, if you're doing a sport or something and you just don't seem to hit the number, it's like, then you start losing faith in yourself. But I tell you what, I will do my God-given gift as best as I can for you. Okay, Francis?
I have faith in you.
Thank you.
I have faith in you. I had lost my mother 24 years ago.
Uh-huh. Okay, you didn't lose her. She's still there.
I know she's still here. When I have prayed for my mother to come to me in a dream, it has taken many, many years for her to come to me.
Okay.
When she did, it's been very, very subtle. Okay. I've seen her hand. I've seen the back of her head. The closest I got to hug her, and I got to see the back of her. She's never shown me her face.
Okay.
Part of me tells me because I think she's afraid for me to see her because she is so missed by me. And I don't know if she thinks that I can handle it, if it's the Lord thinks that He's protecting me, that I can't handle it. But I want her to know that I want to see her.
Okay. Francis, that was beautiful, and I got to tell you, you know, over the years I've been doing readings, and there's so many people, they look for something specific. A lot of times they ask for, you know, they want to hear their ones that passed away, and they want to hear their voice. And I keep telling them, it's not going to be in their voice. Trust me, when you start hearing and so forth, it's 99% of the time it's not in their voice. I get a lot of people still that it is not in their voice. You hear it in your own voice. A lot of people try so hard, and I want to say that's a certain degree of what's happened over the years, Francis, is that you've been trying so hard to get to see her face because that's what you want to see, because that's how you remember her, and that's the love that you remember so much, and then the feelings that come across. Also, you hit it on the head that she probably didn't want to show you her face. It's not she's hiding from you. She's trying to get messages across to you. And if you saw her face, you would get so emotional at first, at least, that you wouldn't get the messages she's trying to give you. Okay?
Okay.
It's, you know what? Now that you said it, and you don't have to go through anybody, just let them know. It's just like, I'm not saying that you pray to your loved ones. You pray to God. You don't have to go through anybody to pray to God. You don't have to go through anybody in order to talk to your loved ones.
Right.
So the whole thing is And if you were listening earlier, it's you have to give confirmation to them. You understand or you don't understand. You want to see your mom's face? Tell her you want to see your mom. Tell her you want to see her face. Tell her you want to say. I believe you said you felt her hug you. Mm-hmm. Just as you felt that, she will bring herself into that degree. If she doesn't immediately, just remember she's trying to show you other things. All right?
Okay.
We go through teachers. Our loved ones are our best teachers there are because we know how to understand them. We know how the feelings they give us. Trish talked about it. There was one prior that was they have the scent that you smell them the way you know, and now you're comfortable with it. Just
Right.
picture if you felt somebody that you have absolutely no clue who it was. It's a little bit skeptical. You're questioning yourself if you're making it up in your mind or not. When you have your mom gives you a hug or so forth, you
Right.
know that's your mom. Okay?
Right.
So I hope I explained that properly for you. I got to tell you that she's saying that I'd want to say towards the end of August, there's something special coming. When is your birthday?
June, first day of summer.
I always have to ask when they show me a special date if it's a birth month or not, a birth date. It seems like the very end of August, there seems like a very special trip coming your way. All right?
Okay.
Do you have a artwork on your wall that's like a metal? You know what it looks like? I don't know if you ever recall the clocks where they used to have all them. I don't know how do you explain them spikes sticking out.
Oh yeah.
Metal work or something like that.
what
Do
it
you have a
looks like.
clock like that?
I actually, as far as religion that I have in my living room is a woman who did cross stitching, and it's of a cross, and it has a poem that's on that cross. And I have that in the living room next to a clock with my mom and dad's picture. And it states on here, it wasn't nails that held him to the cross, but love for you and me.
Okay. That's beautiful. I don't know why I was getting the way they were showing the clock, and I miss the way things have been going for me this evening. I could believe it. I could see anything right now. But anyhow, you know what? They pointing that I would say the clock aspect. I would like to say I got the clock aspect correctly, and they showed you. She's showing you that part what you just read. Okay.
Right.
Don't ever feel alone, Francis.
I
around
don't. I know they're around me, and I just needed to know how to communicate to her to let her know to come through and to give me some validations.
Just talk with
that
her.
I needed seeing her. And I know you're pressed for time. The other part is I want to know. I'm entering like a different phase of my life.
Uh-huh.
What do you see in my life?
I want to say it's more relaxation, and when I say more relaxation, it's not like retirement, but it's almost in respect of where you're you get to take the time to do the things you want. Like if, in other words, you know, we go through life with a job, for an example, and yes, we like the job, but yet we would like to do something else possibly because it would be more fulfilling. That's the way this seems to be slowing down a little bit, and it will end up turning out you're going to be more fulfilled. Okay? Just look at it. You're more fulfilled. It seems like if you're concerned about finances, everything's going to work at a nice, even keel. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling, Francis. I hope I was able to help you. God bless you.
Yes, sure. God bless all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now
Bye-bye.
a speed call, right?
Well, we have
Okay, go
we have
ahead.
a few minutes. We've got Sarah in Tampa. Sarah, thank you for holding.
Thank you. I enjoy your show so much.
Well, thank you.
And I had a question. Years ago, my ex-husband gave my son a ring that had his last name on it. And my son was rather young, so I put it up thinking I would save it for him. Will that ring ever be found?
Yes.
Yes. I say yes.
I say
You
yes.
have a clue where?
You know what? To me, it looks like it's... You know how a safety deposit box is real long and skinny? That's what it looks like to me.
Okay.
And it doesn't mean that it's in a safety deposit box, but that's what it looks like. It's in that type of a box where it's long and narrow like that. And there's other things in there.
Loose odds and ends almost.
Yeah.
It's like,
you know what? This is going to sound goofy, but check the junk drawers, because just as Trish was saying, the same thing. It's like, it's not one, You know how you pack all your underwear in one drawer? This is not just one thing. This is like every odds and ends you can imagine.
Okay.
Okay, it's not like it was stolen. It wasn't. It's more misplaced than stolen.
Or missing.
Right. What is wrong with the water faucet?
I don't know.
All of a sudden they show me the water faucet, and it's like it's running a full stream, so it's not like it's dripping. They're not meaning that. You know what? I'd say that it's a confirmation for you. There's something. Oh, bless you. There's something with the kitchen faucet that you're going to need to get fixed.
Okay.
Did you get that?
No, I got to tell you something from before. I just remembered about somebody's refrigerator.
There's something with the kitchen faucet, and what that's going to do, when this happens with the kitchen faucet, recognize that's a confirmation for you. All right?
Okay.
That you can put faith that this ring's going to come back again. Is your son floundering around?
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
I'm sorry. Does he not have a direction? That's what
I think he does.
Please don't. I don't want to say that that he's not going in the right direction, especially this evening. And I'm going to console on Trish on this one because I've been off to this evening. It seems to me like he needs to be pushed in a different direction because he's missing out on what he's really, what would you say, gifted in. Okay.
Okay.
What do you see in that?
His heart's not in it. What he's doing, his heart's not in it. It seems like he's a people pleaser, and that he's trying to do what everybody wants him to do, but it's not what he really wants to be doing.
Okay.
Just take a look at it, and you might be able to see what it is. Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarah, for calling in. God bless you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right?
Wow. It all of a sudden, it was like, uh-oh. And
feast or famine, feast or famine. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that was it for us.
That's all the calls. Okay.
What I was going to tell you was Betty's refrigerator. I was over there, and I opened the door. Pretty new refrigerator. The light's out.
Okay.
Well, you don't remember, but you told her there was something with the refrigerator, something with the refrigerator.
Okay.
And I opened the door, and I said, "What?" Well, anyway, I said, "What's wrong with the light in the fridge?" She goes, "It's broke." And I was like, "Okay." So.
Well, a lot of people don't always remember. People don't always remember. It's one of those things. I want to say we want to thank everybody for listening. Yeah. I know there's people out there that don't call in because they're a little bit hesitant of calling in. We're going to keep pushing the noodle until you do call in.
Well,
we'll be here.
Can I do a shout out really quick?
Absolutely.
Okay. This is for whoever was listening. I've grown a church, the whole church. If there's somebody out there who's planning to get married or their daughter's planning to get married or whatever, the song "The Wanderer" kept coming. That wedding is not going to happen. One or the other, whoever the other person is a wanderer, and the wedding's not going to happen, so don't stick all your money out there. You'll know who it's for when you hear this.
And on that note, we're going to say thank you for a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much for listening, and we will be back next week.
Friday.
Right.
At 10 p.m. Thank you for calling in.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.